Greetings, YouTube friends. Welcome. Chat has voted a couple times, and we have landed here in the premiere section of Zendikar Rising. We've been having a lot of fun with this set. It's had good legs, a lot of fun playing it. I've called out Kicker multiple times on that front, but it's more than that. I think they also hit on the synergies. I think Party is a really interesting easy, flavorful mechanic that's working really well in that it's not a mechanic where it's all about getting the 4. You can have the sliding scale of 1 to 4 is a really interesting knob on a mechanic where you get to set. Well, we make it bad at 1, good at 2, and great at 3, and broken at 4. Right? And it's a fun little design space they created with this almost linear scale mechanic that's very contained. It has a maximum of 4. A lot of mechanics, well, you can envision, I pump 1 million mana into it and I get 1 million. And this one, it's like, no, we know what the cap is, and that's cool too. So I've really been enjoying this format. The new format, though, that you might want to check out at cardkingdom.com is the, what do they call it? The Commander Legends. That is not a standard set. I don't believe we're going to see it on Arena in its pure form. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they haven't really been releasing the ancillary sets on Arena, and I haven't seen marketing for it. But if you are, I bet Commander is the most played paper format in best of times. It's got to be the most played format in paper right now, as people are enjoying gaming time with whoever they are sheltering with and riding out the pandemic with, whether it's your family, your roommates, friends, a friend that you have in your bio circle, whatever. I know you're out there playing Magic physically, and if you're realizing that you need some of the new hotness of this Commander Legends set, you're going to want to check out Card Kingdom's pre-order page. I'm going to put that here. I'm going to link here to the pre-order page, although actually I don't want to link to it because this is not using my affiliate link, and that, of course, is very important to me. I'm going to just suggest that you go to Card Kingdom via my affiliate link in the panels, in the YouTube notes, or in the chat link, and then just look. It's it's front page right there. If you have stuff from Commander Legends that you're looking to add to your tabletop experience, basically they're going to have most of it. I'm looking here, like Jeweled Lotus is out of stock. And there's a handful of stuff that they are out of stock on in terms of pre-order, because they know exactly how much they're going to open, and they know exactly doing the math about how much of each they're going to have. So I really would actually, kind of jump on it here. If there are some cards that you really want to have access to right away before the market shakes out a bit, you're going to have to get your pre-orders in soon, or they could start to sell out. So keep that in mind, and make sure you use my links so they know you got there from here, and enjoy the sweet new toys available in Commander Legends. And we're going to see what our sweet new Pack 1 Pick 1 is here shortly, we hope. This is Premiere, so it should fill up pretty quickly. We've noticed already that Premiere is pods are filling quite a bit faster than Best of 3. True story, Chris 554312, who says, I would love to be part of the group who cracks packs and sorts. I love sorting cards. Before they moved into their big current building, and they were still just the brick and mortar store Berserk Games, Card Kingdom would enlist random local small businesses in their neighborhood, like the ice cream store, the bookstore, like any neighborhood business that had lull times, and they would actually hire them to crack and sort booster packs because they had so many to open when a new set would come out. I thought that was hilarious that was their plan. Back to this pick, we can start with a Relic Amulet. This has been good outside of just red-blue wizards. You can get a green-blue wizards deck going. You can often just have so much removal that you only need a handful of wizards to get this to play in almost any colored deck. And what are we giving up to take it? Like, Acquisitions Expert is good, Cunning Geyser Mage is solid, but there's not really anything in this pack that even comes close to the potential of the Relic Amulet, so we're going to grab it and see if we end up there. But as usual, going to try not to marry. And, ooh, look at all these beautiful cards. After that first pack that had a lot of weak sauce, we've got Thwart the Grave, Thundering Rebuke, Balaged Recovery, Into the Royal, and Royal Eruption, Pack Beast, Subtle Strike, Healer. Like, this is the kind of pack you want to open. I don't know what rare was taken, but when you get to your, when we get back to GPs and stuff, this is the sealed pool pack you want to open. My gosh. Yes, I do think we take the Eruption. Thank you for the sub. I have said, you know, I do like a mix of these, but I think I want first Eruption over first Rebuke. The ability to go to face is real. The play that red has with Amulet is strong between the wizards and the many, many good spells. So yeah, I'm all over Royal Eruption here out of a really an amazing pack. This is quite a pack. You like Into the Royal over Royal Eruption? Interesting. They're obviously both very good cards. Thank you for the other sub. And here's an Into the Royal I will take. Let's start with Royal Amulet, right? I love it. This is a good pack too, just to call out the quality I'm seeing here. Yeah, this is an excellent pack. Let's talk about the cards that aren't that great. Highborn Vampire, Anti-Cog. Like, I like everything. Resolute Strike has been good in our Boros aggro that we've been doing. We've had some success with of late. It's not amazing, you know, but anyway, just this pack is also really good. Another great pack, but we're going to take an Into the Royal. Balaged Recovery number 2, or was it the fight card? I forget. There was I think it was a recovery, right? Wow. Soaring Thought Thief is legit to consider. We could just, Jinx wants to marry the archetype here and take the Geyser Mage, but we could also hedge on the Rogue pivot. But I suppose this is quite a heck of a start for the red-blue wizards, and if we're anywhere near it, we should probably fight for it. Geyser Mage, Thought Thief. Geyser Mage, Thought Thief. This is also, you know, if this were an Into the Royal, it would be easy. If this were even the kicker that gets a spell back, I'm going to take the Geyser Mage. I think we're good enough on this path that we should take the card. We don't need another color to play. There's a Fissure Wizard here that goes with what we started, but I do kind of like the creature land. This is a good one. I really like these creature lands that are big. The warrior is not, because, you know, this is so much better of a spell land than like the one that's a 1/3 cleric that can gain some life. Like, that's still okay, but like, I want to either be playing this as a land early or as a creature late. And if I'm going to be playing it as a creature late, might as well make it a big, impactful one. So I'm going to take that over the Fissure Wizard, but the Fissure Wizard is tempting as well. Obviously, Ardent Electromancer here keeps us on our path. Deliberate is a card I try not to play, but we would if we end up short on playables in this type of deck, because it does work with the Amulet. Well, Jinx says everything's coming up Wizzy, and then we get a pack 1, pick 7 that is distinctly not, but we could take a Sentinel here. It can play in most decks, really. You want to be able to kick it or put a counter on it, and this deck isn't really doing, I mean, yes, 7, you can randomly end up with 7 mana and kick it, but it's not like ramping to it or anything. Still, I don't know what else we're taking here, unless we do want to take like a Sky Dancer in case the Rogue pivot. Like, if that, there's no way that Rogue wheels though, right? Like, somebody else is going to take that. If anything, we've put somebody else into Rogues, and that's going to make life a little bit tougher for us on the second pack. We could take a Relic Axe. We're red, and we could pivot into a warrior style deck from here. It's probably spec on Relic Axe or spec on Skulker, and I'm not sure which one to do. Yeah, Rogues does seem open-ish, but I don't know. They're both specs, and I think I'm going to take the Skulker. We don't really want to play either, but this is not great to see. Like, after a strong start in this clear red-blue Wizards direction, it's really dried up. So Yeah, and we've likely put someone into rogues, so we can't expect a ton of blue. Maybe when I take the Farsight Adept here in case. Yeah, now given this, I wish I had spec'd on the axe instead of the rogue, because we could end up with the way things are going backdooring into Boros again. But Subtle Strike is good enough here that we'll take that. Continuing to draft the hardish way, but not like I was just hoping our lane would be wide open. As it is, we now have to face the fact that that it started to close down, and it, now I don't even know where we're at. Like, we take a core Celebrant here in case we randomly end up in the white. We can't possibly be clerics from here, can we? Maybe I should just take the anti-cog. Maybe this pack doesn't matter, but yeah, I'll take the anti-cog. The trouble is, it's like our third blue card. This is not great, gang. Not great. And I'm not really main decking Negate, so I'll take a Vampire. Yeah, the Celebrant was late, but I feel like we are so not close to a Cleric deck that I couldn't justify it, but maybe I take a Wildfire here in case we have to splash in this crazy deck. Hey, I didn't take Negate because I'm just not running it, so I declined. Frustrating pack 2 pick 1 here as well. No clear. Aha! There's the blue awesome sauce. There's the clear sign to do blah. Jinx says cunning again. Sure-footed infiltrator also catches my eye. Fledgling catches my eye if we want to hedge towards a red-white deck, and white seemed the most open. I'm trying to find, yeah, I mean, you were talking about best cards. We could take Feed the Swarm, Infiltrator. Jinx just wants Geyser Mage. I'm trying to read the table a little bit and wonder if Fledgling isn't the pick. There was a lot of late white. Krauser doesn't think we should give up on the Wizards. That would mean Geyser Mage, really, if we want to do that. I'm running out of time, though. What have I done? I guess I'll take the Geyser Mage, but I really want to spend another minute on that pick trying to figure out exactly where we're at. Pathway could help splash. Here's a Wizard to continue to try and make the Wizard thing happen. I just feel like we're going to peter out on playables. I'm really nervous about this, although we likely wheel a Wildfire, so maybe we do find some way to red-blue Wizard splash black via Wildfire. Riptide, we don't have enough kicker going on yet, and I would rather have this in a green-blue deck. It's not the worst as a nice defender at 3 mana, but I think taking Wizard, knowing that Wildfire could save us, is the way I'm going to go here. Save us, I say. That's a bad... It's not going to save us. I'm just... well, there's a Krabby. If we just want to completely mix up everything we're doing... Crab with Wildfire is extra activations, I guess. Sure, whatever. I don't know what we're doing now. Yeah, we'll just do all the things, and this is going to work out great, right? Got a Rock Slide Sorcerer. Yeah, I'm taking it. Maybe we wheel one of these. That would be a gift. Relic Vial, not our amulet. We take a Glacial Grasp over a Seer. I think this is just generically reasonable. Another Subtle Strike. I feel like we're slipping away from the black. We're very much abandoning the white. That was an idea, but it is not. Yeah, I guess we have to take Lagak. We're not... If we're doing anything with black, it's on a splash. I think we are kind of locked into red-blue, so let's focus there. Focus there, and then see what we might want to... Like a Blood Beckoning, even. You know, is this a appropriate splash, or do we take a Cleansing to continue to enable it? We're going to wheel one. We'd probably just take Plunder here. Plunder is on... Like, I would rather have the common... Kicker Divination, but we don't have that yet, so might as well take something that draws in case we don't end up with one. But Splash Beckoning is interesting, but I'm going to take the Plunder. Hazard over Wildfire. again, the wildfire idea is interesting, but I'm not like, it's not a plan I'm aggressively pursuing. I'm recognizing that that it's a playable card and could be a direction we head, but I'm going to take a quality card like Spikefield Hazard over it. Duelist or Barrage. Both are kind of medium rare in this type of deck. But yeah, I guess I'll take the creature. I don't know if I'm running either, but we'll take that. And here's the wildfire I was expecting to wheel. Light Blade? Nah, who cares? Yeah. I guess, yeah, I'm closer to black than green, so I'll take the Mucklord for what it's worth. Yeah, green is kind of open, but has kind of been weak. Now we get a blue rare that, you know, 2-1 flyer for 2 is fine. If you happen to be able to steal some artifact, that's nice. But you don't count on it. Still, it's our pick here. Royal Chaser is can be a, like, ooh, it's a on-color rare, gold rare, but I think we just want Wizard Land first, and if we wheel this, fine. It's, you know, this is playable. Like, I'm not going to cut this, but it's never going to be, like, amazing. I'll play it. I think but you do have, like, I would not play it without the tap and reduce cost instant and sorcery. I think a 1/2 flying haste for 2 is not something I would want to run, but the ability to do things like cast Plunder for almost free is real. Here's another opportunity to Riptide. That was discussed before. We can take a Cinderclasm and be like Duelist dies to it. We have a Fissure Wizard that doesn't like that plan. But I think we can take and main a Cinderclasm in this deck. It's going to be somewhat non-bowish with some of the stuff we have. I think this is the #1 card that I see go by. I'm like, oh, missed that one. Squid. Another Electromancer. That's good. We also are getting these, you know, we got a rogue here and a rogue here, such that there are some reasonable ways that we can curve out into getting 2 red mana off this on 3. Vine Gecko is awesome and still here. That's tough to look at, but is not us right now. Another anti-cog, a Riptide. Are we ripping enough tides to even run this? I doubt it. Probably just anti-cog #2. We could end up with some kicker, though, and it's got kind of that threat of activation. We already have an anti-cog. Yeah, we could take a... Yeah, I took the Riptide. Kite Sail, I don't want to run in a blue deck. Well, we'll take the Amulet. That's ought to be good for us, but like we're still pretty disjointed here. We're gonna take it, but I kind of feel like this is pack 2 and it's pack 3. I don't love where we're at, but that 2 amulets into a second Glacial Grasp, that's all right. We can survive now. We can survive. Here's that splashable Beckoning that we can consider over a Rage. Do we need a Rage? Just to have some interaction. I'm going to take the Blood Beckoning over the Rage, but maybe I'm supposed to take some interaction. Here's another Electromancer we're going to grab over a second Blood Beckoning. And Negate. I don't think we're maining that, but I'll throw it in the board. Another Riptide. Are we playing it? I could do Vault Progress, but that's such a minor thing anyway. And the Blood Priest still here. Black was pretty darn open. Feels like maybe black-red was the place to be. maybe black, blue even. Black, red, black, blue both seem like they could have been a better seat. Yeah, black-green was certainly open. I don't know if it was good, though. Like, green was open and black was open, but... And there were even some of those black-green skeletons or whatever, but I don't love the deck, and I didn't see anything... Yeah, but I don't know. They're not even... They're just... Certainly they've beaten me. Sometimes you just can't handle that card, but I don't think it's like... I don't see it and regret not being in green-black. You know what I mean? Like, if I see 3 of the signpost uncommon that we didn't get, you know, the 1/3 flying wizard, and I see 3 of those go by, then I'm like, oh, I missed the lane, right? But when I see 3 of those skeletons go by, I don't feel like I necessarily missed the lane even. We did see field research a couple of times, but never where we could really take it. And we did see some deliberate too, but not where I want to take it. Anyway, let's get to building. What do we got here? Let's start with the old spland check. I think I'm going to cut the beckoning and the wildfires for now, unless we see them as, like, that's the plan. 17, 18, 19, 20. This would be 19, 18. And then boom, that's 40. I mean, this might just be our deck. And it seems weak. I don't know. Some people are saying this deck seems fine. I don't know how we win. I guess we're like kicking a Skyclave Sentinel, crabbing it. I mean, I don't know. It's got some win conditions, but it's not really strong ones. Yeah, I'll move for you here as I figure this out. I'm going to also cut these lands, and we'll figure out which ones we want to add. Maybe somebody has redeemed the reward. By the way, haven't listened to Billy Talent yet, Severian. I don't know if you hear Severian, but I will get to your music. Well, let's see how hot of a take it is, Jinx, by looking at our actual count. 8, 14, 16. Yeah, the 16 triggers, you're running both amulets and you're happy about it. There are matchups where they can be a little clunky. Boros can often beat an amulet if they just curve out fast enough, but I think it's a clear situation where we're happily running both. I mean, sure, Rebuke would have been nice, but in hindsight, Royal Eruption is still better, I think. That face damage, that ability to get to 5 in a pinch, both put it over the uncommon to me. Yeah, let's see. How about a name that reflects the squishy win condition? How about just do it? Because that's kind of like, how are we going to win? We're just going to do it. We're just going to do it. That's what's going to happen. Over what? And do we have enough kicker? You say we have enough kicker. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But how many will we realistically kick? 1? Maybe. Probably, hopefully, 2, 3. I mean, it's like, but we don't really have 7 kicks is what I'm saying. We don't. We're not going to kick. We're not kicking. If we're kicking Skydiver, we're fist pumping. That'd be great. But I can't count on those kicks. And like Royal Eruption is most often used as an unkicked 3 damage spell, right? Would you agree? Most often, this is just 3 damage. Anyway, I'm going to go with this. It's possible I'll revisit. Doesn't look like anybody's redeemed anything, so I get to choose. Wahahaha. Let's go Theros. We haven't done these in a while. Yeah, it's, kicker for no value to make a Drake is real. And I suppose kicker for no value to make a Riptide grow is real too. So that's fair. Like, we don't need a target for a Skydiver to turn Riptide into a 5/5. I'm not super happy with the first one. I don't think it's worth 2. Boxed in? Great. Oh, I don't see it there. I don't see it. Nothing on my screen says anybody redeemed. Well, if boxed in is the move lunchbox, I did that. If you're talking about this box, I don't see anybody having claimed deck box. I'm going to leave it on the amulet. And let's use some different sleeves. How about our new Black Lotus sleeves? All right. How do you think I'm going to do with this one? If we play this out 1,000,000 times, average win count is... All right, we'll keep this. I don't want to duelist on 1, and I don't want to show that we even have it, so I'm going to play Mountain first to disguise it. I'll probably play, especially if we draw an island. If we draw an island, it's a no-brainer, but I'm hoping to play Fissure Wizard on 2, discarding something. And then maybe Skydiver, like, let's give a chance for the Skydiver to produce some value. Unfortunately, we did not draw another land. I like all my cards. Maybe we just ditch the Duelist, actually. I think I am going to bottom the Duelist. I like the Grasp a lot. It replaces itself. It buys us time. It's kind of what we want to do in that regard. I could play Umara Wizard as land and have Skydiver, and then be sure to have kicked Royal next turn. We could also do Warrior as land and accomplish the same thing. Wizard comes down faster than Warrior. Let's do that. Let's go Warrior and Skydiver this turn. They're going to get some acceleration here. Lotus Cobra is going to enable a 4-drop on 3 for Oppo, but we have Into the Royal and Grasp to mitigate that by keeping it tapped if it's a creature, or bouncing it if we feel we want to do that. I'm not going to be greedy with the Skydiver. I mean, it's possible we see an artifact right now and we go, ah, but, you know, I'm not going to wait. Like, we got to play the creature. It's going to be able to attack unless they come up with something in the air. Whoa. Cool. Cool. I like it. Oppo doing some backflips here. Interesting. So they're offering the Cobra, but again, you know, Cobra is pretty medium and limited. I mean, they got a big burst there, and it was pretty cool, but at some point, you know, it doesn't ramp you to that much. Any point is, I'm not trading here. We're gonna... And now we can just Royal this back, and I think that's correct. Royal it back, make them recast it, get in for a couple, then we can wizard, and then we can Glacial Grasp to launch the wizard, tapping, you know, anyway, I just like setting him back here on the kicked royal, getting in for 4, wizarding next turn, and then having Grasp, plus whatever we draw from this sequencing after that. Yeah, we could bounce our Skydiver, of course, now that play is gone, but again, don't mind. I'm not gonna... The artifact thing is a nice to have, a nice to happen. Yeah, this is good. I mean, we're flooding a little bit. Too bad these basics didn't come in before the warrior land. That would be exactly what we're talking about. Like we play 1, 2, 3, 4. These 6 basics as our lands, and then we get to use these 2 lands as creatures. We still get this one though. That's pretty good. And like I said, we get Glacial Grasp, making it fly next turn. And if we can cast, if they can't answer either of these or put up a flyer beyond this, we can grasp this to lock it down, get in for 6, and play another spell, get in for another 6 if they don't have. So if we need a wizard or a spell, and well, and Oppo not to have that, but they did. Still offering there. Now maybe we take the offer of Wizard for Cobra. We could crack back the other way with it. How are we doing on the race? We take 6, go to 12. We could Glacial Grasp the Geyser Mage, get in for 4, bring him to 8. They're cracking back to bring us to 6, but we have a Wizard out now that's blocking the Cobra, and then if we find another... Well, we can't play Wizard and Grasp next turn, right? So... Yeah, and it could be Trap. Was there a... Yeah, we're going to play Wizard next turn anyway to win the ground. I'm going to do this, because even if it is Trap, let's get him... Let's spring the Trap, okay? Let's spring the Trap so that our Wizard is not going to be susceptible to it. Okay, Riptide is actually interesting. We could Riptide to hold down the colony and have the Grasp for the Geyser Mage. That's kind of interesting, but I think we're better off just playing the Wizard and then doing that next turn and taking a crack from this 7. That's fine. We can handle the 7. Lol Mage could get him some life. Hazard, not great here, but could help with, at least gives us, at least launches these. So let's start with a Grasp on the Wizard. Get in for 6. Try to Riptide. Let's see, if we Riptide, just gotta make sure we don't die. If we we Grasp this, then they have, and then we have Riptide for this, and then they don't have. We are. We risk potentially losing to 1 piece of removal, but we're in a spot where I think that's our best chance of winning right now. To me, feels like fading that 1 piece of removal. So I'm going to go for the Windrider tap. Okay, that's actually a very good draw. Now we can survive, I think, and now I don't think we bother with the Riptide, because the Riptide is susceptible to being removed, and then we lose to the attack. Glacial Grasp is not. We put a stop on their upkeep, and they need to counter it, or... yeah, and then we can play Mountain 2. And we can play both of these. And we're going to go for biggest damage. Like, tapping this doesn't stop the kicker from gaining life or anything. So we're just going to freeze down the colony here. And that could get a flying blocker out of the way if they add something to the board to stop the 6 power we have in the air. So barring removal for one of these, I think we have this. Okay, they got some extra life out of this, but let's see, this is kicked, and it's still not going to be enough, right? The Geyser Mage is going to get to 5, but not lethal. And we still have, yeah, we got this. They need to hope we don't have a spell, but we already do. And we'll just kick this, though. That'll do it as well. All right. 1 to the good to kick things off here. Sorry, my info is all wrong. We'll get it updated now. Interesting. We have this Cinderclasm in our opener along with the Fissure Wizard and Electromancer that die to it. We're going to keep and see what Oppo does. If they play something or play a color that we feel is vulnerable to this, maybe we will sandbag. If we feel that they're not, we should probably just Fissure Wizard the Cinderclasm away. But we're going to keep and see. Riptide makes me want to be patient because it gives us something to do on 3 that doesn't die to the Cinderclasm. So probably going to skip the Wizard and try to get something with the Clasm, although also note that we don't really get something with the Clasm until they have until we have 2 red. Another thing we can do here is just give it up now to this. I mean, this is black, white, so that Portents Clerics has a reasonable number of 2 toughness in Clerics, but I think it's our least certain card, and we do need the red to really make it sing anyway. So I'm gonna give him this. And now that makes me want to Wizard, and what do we want to pitch in that world? Maybe we actually give up the Riptide here now that we've passed on, like, I guess Riptide 5/5s on the Into the Royal kick, but I want to get more land. So it's either Riptide or Lagak, like what's one of these 3. Yeah, that's fair. Fizzy, but I do like the Rummage here, helping us sort this hand a little bit. You're with me on the Riptide? Yeah, let's get rid of the Riptide. And I do like that better. Now we have our 4th land secured. We can Lagak, we can Royal. But yeah, maybe Wizard was correct. I don't know. If we had a second red, I'd be with you, but we didn't know. We don't even know when we're gonna cast we wouldn't know when we're gonna kick this. Or I guess it's already gone. Well, they used semi-premium removal on it. I'm gonna go Amulet here. I want to get counters on this right away. I don't want to enter the Royal the Expert, of course, but we're going to play a blocker for it soon enough. All right, so I am going to go with Lagak here. And then next turn, there's other things we can potentially do, although... yeah, I don't want to bounce either of those. We're going to hope that Lagak stands. If this dies, we could be under a lot of pressure. We're putting a lot on the shoulders of this Lizard. and hoping that it can play defense for us here. Kind of expecting a removal spell up here that makes life a little tougher, but we do have action after that if that comes to pass. But yes, if Lagak dies, we are way up against it. If Lagak lives, we're basically stable and looking to try and push ahead and work an advantage. They indeed had the removal. At least it cost them some life, but we are indeed in a little bit less of a happy place. Although basic land off the top and we can make a 4/5. That's not bad. Electromancer, we can cast it, and we only get one extra. So yeah, Electromancer is just going to threaten to block one of these two. And now we're really needing Electromancer to live. But we do have Into the Royal for emergencies. Definitely throwing this Electromancer in front of the 3-power though, and hoping it works. I mean, yeah, I'm also not expecting this to work, but we got to continue to do what we can. And hey, it actually did. Trading is great. Dreadworm, pretty annoying. Probably going to have to Into the Royal that and take 2 more from the Expert. We can play the 4/5, but the trouble is Dreadworm landfall means that this can't even block successfully. So I think I like the Into the Royal plan here, and we wait and do it basically mid-combat. Let them use their landfall on it. They could have protection from. They could give the Dreadworm protection from Into the Royal, but I'm just not playing around that. I was waiting to hope that sometimes Oppo will do something main phase that prevents them from being able to recast. Sorry, got a text. We'll pass here. Mr. Krabs. Not amazing, but it does block an Expert. So, yeah, spike the worm and amulet it. Good plan. And then we can still crab to block the Expert. So we're kind of narrowly surviving here. If Crab can block for us for one more turn and keep us alive, we can Warrior for a 4/5, and now this Dreadworm is gone, gone, gone. Ugh, rough. All right, we can do Electromancer, have one amulet counter and fire it off, but that does nothing, so we're going Warrior here. +3/+3 incoming. No joke. Makes a forced block, and we probably chump with Krabby Crabs. right? Yeah, crab is not really our win con here. So we got to let that go. Obviously, we can't chump our thing that actually blocks Oppo's entire team. So there's really only one choice here, and that's the crab. Glacial Grasp, I will take it. I will take it. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we go Electromancer, we can actually do it all. We just have to grasp this turn. But then we get to kill the Cleric, and that seems important. So I'm going to go ahead and pin down the Outrider. Gonna Electromancer, put another counter on and get 2 mana. And then we're gonna take out this. And I don't know what this card is. I don't think we are likely to lose off of a removal spell. Even this is only 2 power. They'd have to remove this and get 3 more power on this. So we're attacking. We got to get him dead. I'm going to sandbag this land, though. Ugh! So much for stable. Double Blood Beckoning from Oppo. Great plays. So this is going to be tough to beat, that second Blood Beckoning. Top decked, too. Ouch. Or maybe not top decked. We don't know what. They might have had the land in hand. Probably not top decked, actually. Just well played. And who cares anyway? It was just, like, worrying about top decks, like, that's why they put it in their deck, right? To draw it. Didn't want to draw these, but we're not hopeless here. Not hopeless, just up against it. Gotta keep everything back, though. Long road again, long road. I would put us, if I had an advantage meter, I would put it medium high towards Oppo right now. But this is hardly over, just Oppo has advantage. Mainly because any creature they draw now continues to grow this Cleric. Eventually the Cleric grows to the point where it can attack us. So if nothing changed and then we both got kind of standard draws from here, I like Oppo's chances better. But let's draw better. Yeah, yeah! Hey, I put this in here to draw it, right? Oh, here comes the flood. And we at least have pauses, but I think now we're just straight dead. Let's make sure they send in proper lethal, though. You never know what someone will be scared of, so let's make them commit the attack. All right. Good job, Oppo. Well played. Nice deck. Hey, if I'm going to flood, let's flood out where I probably wasn't beating the Blood Beckoning anyway. I'll use that up there. That was going to be a tough win. That was a tough road to a win, even if we drew some gasoline there. Yeah, we'll keep this. We even have an anti-cog, but then I'm going to hold up on 2, I think, over... well, we can actually have this on 3, I suppose. Anti-cog is a bad quench. It's not a force spike. This is pretty effective on 3. We'll see. Anyway, we're going to play a mountain, play an island, and see what we want to do on 2. Right on, Shen. Was that you? Nice deck. Good game. Or maybe you're just... commenting on it as the game ended. I don't know. Either way, thanks for the comment. and take care of yourself. Let's see, green. Yeah, we can give Skydiver a chance to at least kick for one and do the Riptide. All right, I'll hold up the Anti-Cog because we do have some interesting sequencing and a chance to find an artifact if we hold the Skydiver for just a touch. Well, they didn't play anything. Now, I like Riptide here. Shields down for a moment. But then next turn we get Relic Amulet with Anti-Cog up and probably get something. Again, Quench for creatures early in the game does do the trick. It's tough to play around. Like, are they really going to drop a land and think, you know what, I'm going to play a 2-drop to make sure we play around Anti-Cog? That's not... I mean, maybe sometimes you get a 2-spell turn. Like, maybe they have a Subtle Strike and a 2-drop. Well, let's make him use the Subtle Strike. Then we'll get the 2-drop. I'm going to block. It's its job. If it wants to trade for something, that's cool. There's the strike. Oh, but they didn't cast a spell for us to counter. That's too bad. However, we can go Island Electromancer and still have Anti-Cog. So I'm going to do that. We do have a 4/4 that's a little oppressive here. Not much value there. I could play the Sentinel, and then we do have 5 power to threaten the... 5 power and 5 toughness to threaten the 4/4. That's not ridiculous. But, yeah, Amulet threatens a trade straight up. That's a good call. So we should just let that threat stand. And also the Anti-Cog could still get something here. Take these broken wings and learn to fly again. Yeah, I guess we put a point of damage here and at least prevent the attack. Debating whether I leave up Anti-Cog for a 2-drop. So it's getting rough here. Now I think we go Skydiver and continue to hold this cog, although now it's looking less and less likely to actually successfully counter something. But we are 1 basic away from a kicked Sentinel, which technically blocks the Ravager. I, again, don't necessarily feel super confident in our ability to successfully hold off the 4/4 with a 4/5. They've got a lot of action in hand still, so we'll see. Oh no, I restarted. Let's check Cardboard Live. Thanks for that reminder. Actually, I didn't restart. My system restarted overnight. I gotta turn off. I gotta tell my computer to just never do that. I leave too many notepad stuff open. Anyway, let's end this. Boy, they sure are playing around Anti-Cog, though, huh? We could play the Wizard as land to threaten Sentinel next turn, but I'm going to play it as creature. Do you think Oppo's been playing around Anti-Cog? And if so, I mean, who does that? I probably should have attacked there, but I got distracted. That should have just been an attack. I don't plan to block with the Skydiver. I'm just kind of not sure here. And again, like, I just feel like we're going to get blown out, but we don't have choices, gang. Like, I can't... I don't know what our plan is if we're just going to take 7 here. We have to block and see. Well, if they did the cat to draw, then our wizard lives. So that wasn't a concern to me. If that was just a choice they were making. All right, now we get to kick our sentinel and hope that it stabilizes. Yeah, you wanted to block the cat instead. It was still a trade, though. I wanted to get this dead so it stopped growing. I like that we stuck this at 4/4, which can be blocked here. Well, yeah, I get it, but I think we had to get this Ravager off the board. I don't regret that choice. We had to get the Ravager off the board before it got to a 5/5 or something, and then now our Sentinel doesn't even do the trick. Well, it just can grow. I mean, like, there are lots of ways to put counters on it, so I didn't want to do that. Or maybe you're talking about the kitty. Kitty grows, yeah. Now I need to say no attacks so we can at least threaten the rogue. If they choose to attack only with the rogue, I want to be able to double block. Well, now the rogue gets through. But if the Sentinel holds off the kitty and the token, we have a chance here. Yeah, Oppo's had everything they need. Been a little frustrating, but there you go. That's magic. Sometimes your opponent has everything they need. This is a good sign, though. That's what we wanted to see. We're a creature away from stable if they're not attacking with these two. Looks like just wants to make the Shadow Kitty big enough to get through. That's fine with me. Ah, that explains it much better. Yes, yes. Well, we get to plunder here. And if they go for 2 creatures, maybe we get to counter one of them. Let's see. Yeah, we don't have any... It's like acting like we have a choice. We don't have choices, Ryan. You have that. Let's see. If we go... We could play Crab and mill them, which would turn on Anti-Cog as a pure counter of creatures. Probably going to need to, like, use the Spikefield Hazard, though, in combination. Like, I think... Like, 1, 4, 8... They actually have the ability to play around Anti-Cog with both of these spells. So I am going to Crab and have Spikefield Hazard available. We may have to give up our Sentinel to... like, we block with Sentinel, force them to use some Shadowcat action of some kind, and then Spikefield to even it out, and then trade. But we lose our Sentinel. But I think we're at a spot at 7 life where, and with these things coming, where we don't really have a choice. So we got to do this, and then what I'm going to do is let them pump answer, hopefully cast the rogue, and then we hazard. Although I got to say, if they don't cast the rogue and they leave up mana to save the cat, I do start to wonder if there's a snipe going on here. All right, no snipes. No snipes, but we're kind of dead. Still, we can Glacial Grasp, and that's going to give us a anti-cog hard cast against the creature currently in hand, and Duelist plus Grasp does help us live here. So we can live. It's not very exciting, life, but we can live. And actually, we know their hand. I'm just going to risk, they can draw, whatever. I don't know how we live. I'm just kind of playing magic cards right now. And I could block with the Duelist, but I may as well make that chump later. It's possible something gets bigger here. All right, Scry is important here. Geyser Mage matters, and Lagak matters. Great. This is actually quite relevant. We're going to keep them in this order and on top. Going to kick this and kill one of the tokens. This is the bigger token, but it's frozen for a turn. This is the smaller token, but it trades with the Geyser Mage. So I think I'm going to get the bigger token and try and trade with the Geyser Mage ahead of the Lagak anyway. But we still have this future 4-power Shadow Cat that's a bit troubling. You liked it the other way around? Yeah, we could have done it the other way around, I suppose. We're going here and chump here, and then if they want to save, you know, if they want to make a 4/4, they have to let us keep our Geyser Mage. Now, if Oppo does nothing but draw lands for the rest of the game, we got this. What? Expectations, everybody. Expectations. I was talking with Marshall about that yesterday. He was talking about expectations on limited resources, and I was talking about expectations with him yesterday when we rated his stream, and how really setting my expectations accordingly, even play-to-play, helps me avoid tilt. You all see me, I tilt still, but by reminding myself of what I truly expect to happen moment to moment and what's possible moment to moment, when those possibilities occur and they don't go my way, they're easier to take. Yeah, deck is not amazing, and we're also in diamond, platinum territory, whatever. You know, the competition's tougher up here. I'm going to keep this. We don't have red yet, but we can go Skydiver. Any mana gives us a way to draw cards. Anyway, we're keeping. There's our red. That's nice. We can even... We'll Skydiver here for no value, partly because Electromancer now can get us 2 red mana next turn. Let's say we draw an amulet, or what else can we draw? There's some Fissure Wizard. Ooh, Krabbies is interesting, but I'm going to forego the Electromancer and start threatening him with crab action. The sooner you get the crab going, the better, and it does end up drawing out removal. I'm going to attack with the Skydiver first, though. Anti-Cog? No. They got some sort of instant, though. Let's keep that in mind. Bit of a mirror match here. Except they're not dumb enough to play a Ruin Crab, maybe. Oh, you gotta do what you gotta do. Skydiver flying over. We could Grasp now to look for land to play. We can Electromancer for 2 mana, but that doesn't do anything for us. So I'm gonna start with an attack with Skydiver again. And I do want to play the 4th land if we have it on top of the library. So it holds this down for 1 fewer attack to do it now, as opposed to waiting for their turn. But I think finding and playing a land is possible enough and important enough that we're going to forego the extra tap down of the runner for a turn to look for a land right now. No such luck. If we get a land next turn, though, we can go Electromancer into Electromancer. Into the Royal, you say? Well, I'm going to attack with Skydiver and be sad about our lack of a 4th land. We're just taking damage from Lagak. That's okay. What do we want to play here, though? Maybe it's just Skyclave. Like, yeah, we're pretty far away from kicking this, and it does block the Night Runner. And Geyser Mage we're far from kicking as well, but we're not blocking the Lagak anyway. I'm going to play the Sentinel. And give us a chance to maybe make it here to kicker. If not, we can play it in a couple of turns. But I think if we can just find 1 land off the top, it starts to open up this whole hand quite a bit. Just got some damage to take in the meantime. And we've got 2 blockers for the Night Runner. Well, got our land. It's a spell land, though. And I think now we go... Let's see, if we go Wizard and play the Wizard, the Electromancer next turn, if we draw a basic, we have 5. We spend 3 on the Mancer, we get 2 more back for 4. And then we could even potentially kick the Royal. Depending... Now, it's all going to be red, though, right? Well, not if we play this. All right, I'm going to do this. And I am going to play one of the Electromancers here. We still have a sequence with the other one next turn if things work out. Okay, that's fine, too. I was kind of just playing it to add to our board. It just means that we're going to take another attack. But I'm going to send our Skydiver. That's not bad either. We're under a lot of pressure now. Going to take 8, though, cut our life in half, and try and recover with our untap. Yeah, we don't have time to plunder. Not now. But land is reasonable, right? We can, let's see, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, and then we can still keep up 2 to royal something like the Lagak back, and then it keeps from attacking us, and then we have enough power to threaten to block the Minotaur. And we have enough toughness. Well, no, we don't have enough toughness to make it a 1-for-1. But I still think that's the play. Yeah, now maybe we do have to hold the diver back. But let me start with this line anyway. Now, if we keep this back, we can threaten... Yeah, I'll keep this back and threaten some double blocks now. We're trying to win this game now by surviving long enough to get value out of our plunder and our geyser mage here, which is right around the corner. So we're going to be looking to take trades here if possible. Note, Oppo has a ton of cards in hand. We do have quite the uphill climb here to win this game. 1 and 2 clinging to our event life here. Draft was pretty rough. Deck is pretty disjointed, but has enough quality cards that we can find a way if we get them in the right order. So far, that's been the tough part. You'd send? No, really? I like being able to threaten a double block even into a piece, even if they have removal. But I hear you. Like, there's some level of aggression that is warranted, but I'm playing cautiously given the strength of the rest of our hand here. Royal Eruption, also interesting. But given that Oppo is holding back now, I like kicking the Geyser Mage, and then we can start attacking with the Skydiver again. Then we'll have enough double block threats, I think. I'm going to send back the Minotaur. It has haste, so you know they can replay it and attack with it right away, but it does take up their whole turn, and we have good blocks for it, so back it goes. But precisely my point, Pablo, is that by keeping that back, we do beat removal. We certainly don't beat removal if we send in the Skydiver. Then we can't beat removal. But if by leaving the Skydiver back, we allowed ourselves to beat removal. That's the whole point. Thanks for checking, Dutch. She is still waiting to get this operation. She's had some follow-up pains that she's checked with her doctor on, but all things are progressing towards a successful resolution coming up. Probably going to need to kick Royal Eruption to take out a Lagak or a Minotaur. But maybe we can get to the point where we just kick face. They're the virtual 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. You know, we could potentially do that. Oy. Okay, well, that's actually interesting. I would be super greedy with this thing and not play it out as a 2-1 in this matchup. This is getting so grindy, you know? But how about... We got a block here. Let's block with the thing that absorbs the most trample damage and still makes the trade. And yeah, I like the Skyclave Sentinel block here. Interesting. Another big guy for the ground here if we want it. And I think we do. This actually trades with the 5-4 directly. And the Lagak continues to whittle our life total down, but we can plan on getting rid of the Lagak here eventually. But I like this as a play right here. And again, gonna leave the Skydiver back so that we can withstand some removal and still stay alive. I just feel like our win here is long game based, not Skydiver attack based. I think Abo just felt that was a reasonable attack, that no matter what, we had to give up something good for a 2-mana creature, and we were going to take some damage from the trample. So, yeah, land kicked Royal could do it. Oh, kicked something. But now we are going to kick... New plan, everybody, new plan. Ba-da-doo, 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 ba-da-doo. Bum, dun, 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 dun. Eddie Van Halen! Do we have attacks? Maybe we're now attacking in the air here. Because what are they coming back with? We got good blocks on the ground. I think we do need to start attacking here. I didn't think this was going to be the win con, but I think we can afford that and say... Because, like, I think the most they can do here is play the Minotaur. I mean, if they have something else in the 2 cards, that could be rough, but... Couldn't tell, fool, huh? Tricked you. That was actually me. That wasn't Eddie Van Halen. Yeah, we might just get him on the crab, right? Crab win is another option here. So maybe if crab is more likely, at this point I should just keep everything back. Definitely playing the lands, though, to keep the milling going. And then we'll plunder, and let's see. 2 blue, 1 red, is that what we want? Don't have any double red, so that seems fine. Oh, Cinderclasm could get rid of their Royal Mage. We'll keep that in hand, but I think we just want a land, a Cinderclasm, a Fissure Wizard, and a land. Because we only need 1 more landfall to get the rest of their library. And we could Wizard here, but I think I like... Yeah, probably Wizard is best. Heck, Wizard, even pitching the Clasm is fine. Just want more blockers. Hoping to fade a eruption. All right, note the Trampler. So we're gonna block there. We're gonna block here. We're gonna block here. And here. Chump and chump. Is that right? I'm going to go with this. All right, this is the only Trampler. So I think this is fine. And the only question is whether we risk the crab or not. And I guess like Spikefield Hazard would be a reason to not block with the crab. So maybe I don't block with the crab. I'm just like Spikefield Hazard is the thing that could lose us the game, right? But 2 plus Spikefield Hazard doesn't win. I don't think it matters, gang. You're right. So I'm just going to say I'm doing this. I'm doing this because it plays around the one card I can come up with that makes this go badly for us. Yeah, I guess Inordinate Rage is the thing that I didn't play around with that move. I don't know. Didn't seem like it was an Inordinate Rage kind of situation, but... Well, Royal they had. We were not going to play around Royal because they just had that to the face. Royal Eruption, if they had Royal Eruption, they face us, and there was no need to attack. Pesky Crab. All right, got a second win. How about 3? Escaping this with 3 would be fine with me. All right, I like it. Let's keep. We'll figure out if we're playing either of these as land coming up. Probably not at this pace. You could justify potentially the warrior, but I'm gonna be greedy. Be greedy to start. Hey, Larry Legend, good game. That was tight. Down to the wire. Didn't expect crab to be the deciding factor there. You a Boston native? Well, my deck is creative. My deck is creative. Well, this is big and annoying. What do we do? Lagak comes down in a turn and says Farsight Adept is not that much of a problem. We could Cinderclasm right now and get the Gloom Hunter, but we can practically do that. You know, almost anything is going to make this amulet get that Gloom Hunter. I'm going to go get the crab going. Yeah, and Cinderclasm is an instant, so if they give us a reason, we could fire it off. My crab beat your crab, huh? So we're taking a smack here and hoping we get to stabilize with Lagak. If they play another 1 toughness, though, I would fire off the Cinderclasm. As it is, no. Not going to do it. Maybe I could. Is it worth just... Maybe I should just 1 for 1 for the Gloom Hunter and actually get a counter on the amulet. I just feel like we want to put a counter on the amulet and get the Gloom Hunter that way. Yeah, I think we have a strong enough life cushion that we can wait. That's interesting, too. We could play that, but I'm going to go Lagak for now. All right, I guess we go Sorcerer, play Warrior as land here, although we're close to just plundering and having all the mana we need. I'm trying to figure out how greedy to be, basically. But note that they didn't attack in here, so it's not like they have a Subtle Strike in the wings. I'm going to go Sorcerer and Warrior land, I think. I think we need to get this going. Like, we need to guarantee 5 next turn. Converted mana cost. So if we can kick for 7, if we get 9 mana, we can steal the Colossus. Now, of course, I wish we had our friend the Warrior back to manage this, but we can actually find our way here, I think. Kick, Clasm, and wipe board. Let's see, let me do the math on that. So I also want to see what we've milled here. So let's see. If we kick the Clasm, we get 2 damage to everything. Then another counter on the amulet, another counter on and a ping from the sorcerer, and then we fire. Yeah, that works. I think we should do that. We get we don't get the adept, right? But we get the Colossus and the Gloomhunter. How do I get all of it on their turn? Because they can't attack? Oh, if we trade Lagak. Yeah, I'm fine with just Lagak threatening it that way. Boy, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're not too far off from kicking this to steal a Colossus. But I think we go land plunder here. Or we can go wizard and see what they want to do. Land wizard makes sense. Yeah, we can trade the wizard off. Oh, sorcerer here, just gonna go to face though. Now we have 4 damage with the wizard and 1 with the amulet, so we'll see. We could also double block with... no, double block is bad because it's a 2-for-1. Amulet plus wizard is a 1-for-1. Thwart is a lot of action for them. That's big game. Huge amount of life and flyers we can't currently deal with. Now if they swing in with Colossus, we really got to think about this. Because I don't know if we have the game on the ground. Well, they're going for that. I like that we've pulled their premium removal for a crab, though. Although it was close to our win con here at 12. Boy, if I were Oppo, I would send in that Colossus, yeah, because we're in a bad spot either way. We don't really have a good line either way with this. Makes me think, what do we need to do to get to not die to those flyers? Well, I don't know if we have time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This doesn't add mana, so that doesn't help. thieving Colossus is all well and good, but we just don't have the time. My problem is I don't know what we do to win against the shepherds, but I suppose that's just a bridge we have to cross, and we have to take this thing out right now. Hey, look at that! I said I didn't know what we had. You know what we have, gang? Sentinel. Let's try it. Hold! Hold! Good call, Mancho. Mancho figured it out. I forgot we had this guy. Don't! Okay, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. All right, stable. Y'all feeling stable? I'm feeling stable. Let's go Mancer into Plunder. Ping that 3/3. We'll ping face here. Ooh. Second amulet. I guess we want everything but the land. They're at 9 cards. We might find our way through decking again. Interesting. Interesting. All right, going for big damage from the Blight Priest or something? What is this? I really don't understand what Appa's doing here, but I accept your terms. Let's amulet the priest and play amulet number 2 and grasp on their upkeep. It was almost a concede, right? Yep. All right, nice comeback there. It wasn't looking good for us. We found basically our one out to those big flyers, which is our slightly bigger flyer. All right, we've guaranteed at least a 50-50 record. I like getting to 3 for that mental, plateau. Just, all right, we climbed up to this level. Great. Can't do worse than this. Feels good to not do worse than 50-50. Waiting around doesn't do anything. I guess if they knew their deck and their only out was me misblocking there, then that's absolutely correct, right? It can look weird, but if they know their deck and know they don't have answers to what we have going on, and your only out is Oppo error, well, you try and make them do it. I think we're, 1-1, 1-2, 2-1. I think maybe we're 2-1 with that cleric deck, and we'll play it some more coming up. I'm going to keep this. We don't have red yet, but Crab into Amulet is a heck of a start against anybody. Everybody's favorite thing to see across the way on turn 1. And your second favorite thing to see is an amulet on turn 2 after you've played a 1-drop, a 1-1, right? Well, we do need some land. Mountain off the top would be dreamy. Oh my gosh. Oh, well, we're not there yet. But boy, are we close. Come on, deck. Come on. Give us a mountain. Give us a mountain. I want a mountain. Mountain. And, you know, if you must, an island, but please, mountain. Mountain gives us a Electromancer, which puts counters on the amulet, which threatens both of these. Actually, this is not the worst. I'm going to royal for little value, but it does put an amulet on each, a counter on each amulet, and then untap amulet on no land at all, at least gets one of these two. So we're going to let it go to, well, I get, there's no reason to wait. I'm going to bounce the wizard now and not let the blue deck untap and have mana. There's not good counters, but it's definitely what I'm doing, and I'm going to do it on the wizard, so let's do it. We will not be disrupted. All right, I'm going to obviously play this as land. It's not the mountain we wanted, but it is encouraging for our upcoming turns. And we're going to pick off... Well, should we take away the Florahedron? I'm not too concerned about the 1 point of damage from this, although if they have, like, Rabid Bite, we can take this out and make sure to dodge a Rabid Bite. That's really the question. Do we want to play around Rabid Bite or prevent their mana ramping? I think if they Rabid Bite the crab, that's not even the worst case for us. I mean, we are kind of forcing them to do something about the crab. So yeah, let's prevent the ramp. Yeah, but they might draw it, you know. Or they might have just decided to sequence it. Like, sometimes if I have a Rabid Bite, I'm not panicking about a crab. I'm going to say, okay, doesn't matter if we get milled a few times. I got the Rabid Bite to kill this before we get milled out. So while a turn 1 crab is kind of a must kill, it's not a must kill instantly. You can give yourself a little time before you have to deal with the Krabby Crab. So yeah, a couple people wanted the Death Toucher dead, but I like this. This is fine. If we find a basic land, we even get Electromancer with 2 more mana, and we can use this one to pick off this, and then next turn have 2 on this one to pick off this. So double amulet is going to be good here, especially if we can get, or are they drawn? Okay, scry 2, draw 2, if they're going to use that, is not the worst for us. They get some card quality here, but our amulets are going to start to take over if they don't deal with them. Yeah, absolutely. You're right, Jinx. If we find land, we'll just play Rock Slide Sorcerer, and that's probably the best. Although, let's see. Yeah, we didn't find it, so now we're in a Mancer or not spot. Bummer. We can also Sentinel. Yeah, I'm going to Sentinel and make him do something here. What's up, Spiff? All in all, like, you know, we're starting to get low on life here, but boy, we are so close to unlocking our advantage here. I still like our chances. All right, all right, all right. All right. All right. All right. I liked Jinx's line of Sorcerer first was intriguing, but given that we got bounced and are now facing an extra creature, we got to do it this way. Which is to say, Electromancer creating an extra mana and giving us a Relic Amulet activation. And I'm going to use the 2 Amulet to kill the Wind Rider, which is evasive. And then we have Electromancer to threaten a block on the Geyser Mage on the ground. If we draw a land, basic land, we could consider firing off this Amulet on the Blight Blade, then dropping the Sentinel again. But if we don't, we're probably just playing the Rockslide Sorcerer and crossing fingers again. Interesting. Thank you for the sub. No blocks here. We could chump, but we can chump with the crab when we need to. We don't need to yet. The pause, just noticed there, is interesting, although... Oh, they have a charge counter they can put on the throne, so that's what's doing that. More mana is good for us basically at every step here. Are we going Lagok land? Or probably doing the Sentinel land thing here. So let's do that. I like land... Kill... Blight Blade... Try. And we can even play the Riptide to block the Geyser Mage if we want to save the Sentinel. Sentinel might actually kick and win, so I'm going to just play Riptide. All we need is a blocker. Nice thing about this play now, if we draw a basic land, we do get Rockslide Sorcerer plus Amulet, and we have an Amulet activation if it's needed. Solid option, Krauser. Yeah, the pauses are explained by the land. I realized that as soon as I looked at the land, yeah. We're not... I expect that they just have this land causing pauses. Let's check the scry, though. The scry is going to be relevant. One top. Unfortunate. Wanted to see bottom there, of course, but... So it goes. Ah! Chumping yet? Are we chumping yet? Are we chumping yet? They're at 9 cards. We still might just win off the mill. I don't think we need to do that. Like, a chump now is the same as a chump next turn. So there's no real need to do it now. Geyser Mage is a wizard. So we could play this and then have amulets get counters and then have something to trade with. Was that the spell they topped, or are they about to top deck something they like? I don't know what to do if they're about to top deck something they like. You want the Lagok. It does block well. I guess it doesn't do any... The reason to do Geyser Mage... I hear what you're saying about Lagok, but it does not put counters on the amulet. Hear me out. We play Lagok. We have... maybe we hold them off, and or we trade, we block one. They still might attack, but then we untap and don't have any action going on here. If we play the Geyser Mage, we get a counter on both of these. If they don't have anything, we can block the Seer and trade with it, and then have Amulet that we can double activate to kill the Geyser Mage in a desperation situation. So that's what I'm thinking about. And I think actually I do want counters. Are we playing around tricks? We can chump the crab on the Geyser Mage if we're worried about tricks. I think I'm worried enough to give up the crab now. Do you think? I mean, they're red-green. They're blue-green. It's not like... I mean, but they have might. We can't beat might. If they have might here, they get to save something, and then what do we do? I don't see how we beat might. Can we beat might? If we can beat might, we could play around it, which is blocking. If we don't feel we can beat it, I think I'm going to risk it for said biscuit. If we're against red, I wouldn't, but, you know, this isn't exactly a reach out and kill you color pair. That is not the end, but it's not great. Skydiver kicked Steel Sentinel? All right, let's do that. Let's do that. Should we do that? Let's do that. I think I'm going to do that. I want to do that. Everybody want to do that? I'm going to do that. Let's do that. I want to do that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Let's do that. I'm going to do that. Seems pretty good to do that. Yeah, I like that. Everybody like that? I like that. That's all right. And we get Rock Slide. Need to do this. Knock him down to 4 cards. We can Rock Slide Sorcerer and get have a dead Geyser Mage. I think that's our play, right? I really think we're winning on crab now. I'm gonna leave everything back. I think, is that right? I guess I could attack with the Skydiver, but I'm gonna say no. I don't know. I feel like Plan A is the mill, and I'm gonna play to it here. And that just means leaving everything back on defense and not pretending that I can't attack for 20 damage before we mill them out even with a dead crab. So yeah, as Rob is saying, like the math doesn't even work out to win that race in the air before they even if they kill the crab, they draw 4 cards before we get them. So all right, I'm going to fire off an amulet here and see if it takes out the Geyser Mage before it blocks. This says, if you got something to save that, you got to show us now. And I'm just going to block and trade here. Try. anyway. And that should do it, gang. Yeah, you take that charge counter. Nice. 4. We were like 1 and 2. I think we were 1 and 2 and have crawled back to some respectability here. Feels good. Looking to make you wrong, Jinx. Looking to make you wrong. And at least crypto, right? I'm always trying to make Mama right. Mama's the only one with faith around here. Working on it, Jinx. Working on it. Let's get a crab in the opener on the play again with a mix of islands and mountains and other spells. Not quite, but we're keeping this for sure. Hopefully we fire off a Clasm to some effect. I think I will start with the mountain. I'm not going to play a spell land yet. We'll see what we draw. If we draw more land, if we draw 2 basics in a row, I'm going to get super greedy with these. As it is, that's not a basic. I think we can go ahead and play the warrior here and be able to have the Cinderclasm kicked. Although plunder, how greedy would you be? We could take. I'll be one more turn in Marshall's honor. Will be 1 more turn's worth of greedy. If we do get a basic land here, it's probably correct to just try and cast these. And I think I'm not gonna, well, shoot, we do have the sorcerer. You want to Clasm now? Just take the 1-for-1? Kill target Gloomhunter? Everybody wants to be greedy. Okay, we'll greed. We'll greed. No basic land here, though, so I'm not going to be that greedy. We're going to drop warrior now. If they play another 1 toughness creature, though, Clasm is firing off here. Ideally, we see a basic off the top, and then we can hold the wizard, knowing we have plunder and everything. Certainly, we're going to... Anyway, we're playing the Lagak next, or the sorcerer anyway. Oh, baby! Yeah, we're doing it. I'm gonna go sorcerer here over Lagak. One less toughness, but we actually have, you know, between wizards and plunder, you know, we're actually going to trigger this a bunch. And Lagak only goes to face. Here... Well, let's see. 1 green mana. There is the +1/+1 counter land, but it would be a 2-for-1. I'm willing to 2-for-1 myself if they have that counter land. Yeah, it wouldn't be the best. I mean, I like the sorcerer, so it would not be great, but also it's unlikely enough that I think we should just go for that there. And now we can go Wiz. Draw here is interesting, but I still think you want to build out the board. You want to build out your board and then draw, if you can do it. The one thing to worry about is a potential mine drain. We don't want to. It would be bad to set ourselves up to lose our plunder to a mine drain. And to that end, I'm still willing to... Let's see, if we go Electromancer, we get one more mana out. That's 3 total. That's not enough to Lagak. Let's go... Lagak. You want the Plunder still? I mean, Lagak beats it. I think we should Plunder when we're out of things to develop the board. And when we get in 5, we get in the damage no matter what. I mean, they didn't have it last time. They're not going to have it this time. And then we can play Electromancer Skydiver to get 5 points of power on board. I kind of like that, really. I'm going to get 5 points of power on board. That's my new plan. Do an extra point here. You don't have anything that triggers on kick, right? No? Okay. Why not kill creatures there? How did we have the ability to kill creatures? We had one wizard. So I'm not sure what that was suggesting. Now let's go plunder. Oh yeah, it does kind of seem like a wizard, right? This thing, but it steals. Those thieves, you know. So now we still go face because we can't really get an extra point of damage in here anyway, even if we find a land. But Royal Eruption, Fissure Wizard. Yeah, we'll take the amulet. I think we're just gonna win next turn off the Eruption, though. But you see how, I mean, a lot of people wanted me to play this Plunder a lot sooner, and instead we played out creatures that have been dealing a ton of damage and have effectively made this Plunder lethal. Bam, bum, 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 Eddie Van Halen, Eddie Van Halen! Blah, 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 blah. Look at that, gang! Hey, we even got some sort of gem reward. I'm going to add that to our quasi grind today. Call that 20 on the grind there. Something is bonging upstairs, like someone's trying to contact my wife. I'm going to go check in on that contact and then come back and we'll finish this up. Give me 1 second. forgot I was muted. Hello. Trying to prove mama right now. Yeah, we can keep this. I'm again going to play a mountain. I don't even want to show the duelist as an option. Well, 5 basic lands means our splans get to be spells this game, most likely. Royal Eruption, solid draw, but nothing we want to bother with here. Reclaim, no kick, okay. They got 3 colors so far. Is there a 4th? Nope. Looks like Naya it is. Well, we got nothing. I'm not playing the duelist again. You know, it's not worth it. We are flooding a bit given our opener, but still going to hold, not under a lot of pressure. A little worried about the green, though. Some large green things could hit the board and put us to the test here. Well, we could Cinderclasm, Amulet the Cleric, and effectively get a 2-for-1-ish. That's if we do it on our turn for 5 total mana. We could do it on their turn, though, and give them a chance to play some other 2 toughness. So I think we'll do that, barring something impressive here. All right, that's interesting, too. This does give us a lot of options. We're going to pass and work at instant speed here with both Cinderclasm, Spikefield Hazard, and Amulet. And at 18, I am going to just take this and see if we can get a little greedy and maybe come up with a 3-for-1 here. I'm not holding out too much hope because now they have 5 mana and they're green, so we probably see one big thing, but it's possible they make a couple of small things, in which case we could potentially wreck them. But if they go for, yeah, so they're going for that. But maybe we can still get it all, or get the important stuff here, because now if we untap, we can go Cinderclasm, deal 2 to everything. Spikefield Hazard, deal a 3rd to the Cleric. That puts 2 counters on the Amulet, and then the Amulet can deal 2 to the Colony. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we actually have the mana for it. This is going to be good. Greed was good. We kind of get a 2-for-3 instead of a, you know, the 2-for-3 is nice. We'll take it. Well, Grasp says we could even try and be greedier, but I'm not. I'm gonna take our current situation and call it good enough. So start with a kicked Clasm. Hazard on the Cleric. Amulet on the Colony, and all told, that was a good exchange for us. Also nice, we're gonna keep playing out lands given the kicker stuff we have here. We don't have Royal Eruption add. We need 9 mana before we can kick and kill this thing with this, but we can grasp it on upkeep. Because I didn't want them to untap with stuff. I don't know. It just felt like too risky given white and green's ability to counteract removal to risk it. I was happy with that, and I wanted to guarantee it while they were tapped out. Now we're going to grasp on upkeep. Yikes. That thing's a beast. Whoa. Surprised they would do that. We can pick it off right now, and I will. Geyser Mage is still locked down, so we'll let this stay locked down for another turn and probably kick it back to their hand after it finally untaps. And then here we can just Electromancer and then have Duelist to win if they attempt to attack with it. No value on the mana from Electromancer, but it's okay. We got a counter on our Amulet, and we have a plan for the Visionary. Wow, another interesting choice, because we can pick that off too, and I will. Do they have something else for it? Now if they send the Visionary, we wreck them for that. Hey, there's a Jinx favorite. We can accept that, though. I do like this card. I feel like I was cutting my video the other day, and I think my tone was like, Jinx is higher on it than I am, but I think this is a solid card. I just said I didn't prioritize it because I find they come late, but it's totally playable, and sometimes you get a little mana disadvantage. Sometimes you kill a 2-drop or whatever, but it gets something. It always gets something. Yeah, they didn't blast the Amulet, though. That's weird, too. I don't know. What's Oppo doing here? Now we got 7, 8, and with 8 we can Geyser Mage kicked, send this back, and still have Amulet ready. And we're now 1 basic away from being able to kick the Royal Eruption and finish it off with finish it off anyway. Hoping they go for a Visionary attack here, though. Oh, interesting. So we can reduce that to a smaller total, but it's not going to be enough. We're going to take a smack here, trying to figure out if we play the Duelist to prevent some damage. I think we probably do here reduce some damage, and then with another counter on the Amulet, we at least threaten 1+2. That's just after the Royal Eruption. But right now, might need a Royal Erupt. Well, whatever. I'm going to start here. Save some damage. Geyser Mage is cool, because this gives me a play here. I'm going to send in the Duelist. If they block, we get to Royal Erupt kick to kill the Cleric. If they don't, we're just going to Geyser Mage the Cleric back anyway. And again, you know, we could wait, but I'm going to Amulet the Visionary now. And then we are still in a spot where a basic land allows us to kick the Eruption, put a counter on the Amulet, and finish off this Cleric. If we don't draw a basic land, we've drawn action. So basically the top of our deck is going to do something. Like, we get something. All right, so we get a Riptide instead. Not the best. But we can put on a stop bluff and kind of a full control bluff for the rest of this turn. Although I guess we have Amulet that can tap and remove 0 counters, so there's no need to bluff. It should stop at all the stuff anyway. Yeah, we can offer Geyser. That's a good point. Heck, we can even, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess that's not 6. Okay, so we will offer the Geyser Mage, and I might chump with the Duelist. We'll see. Could also just take this, although then we leave ourselves dead to a kicked pump spell, which, given that we have a plan with a basic land, I'm going to go ahead and effectively give up the Duelist here and not put ourselves at risk of death to pump. Of course, if they have pump, they're also going to survive our Royal Eruption Amulet effort, but then we get the pump out of their hand, so we still need to do it. At least they don't have any spell lands to bring back with that, but just another big body is kind of trouble for us. At least we can kick Royal and take out the Hellion without any land or amulet shenanigans. What do we have to deal with the Cleric if we use the Eruption on the Hellion? What do we got? The trouble is not much. We got a Warrior. We can into the Royal and counter it. Skyclave, Sentinel. I guess if we do draw a basic land, we still have to go for the Cleric because we have things that can bounce off a Hellion. At least Riptide technically blocks it, right? So Riptide is blocking it now, so that's good. Actually, we're okay. And we still want to go for Cleric on a basic land. Interesting that I guess they had to replay it to play this. This must be a basic land too. Not great, gang, not great here. We got our profit on the day though, so I'm not going to be too bummed regardless. Royal Eruption is a sorcery though, so if it was an instant, we would be able to make a 5/5 Riptide on defense, which would be incredible. Unfortunately, now we're at a point of classic landfall situation, actually hoping our opponent doesn't draw lands, but somehow hoping they don't draw spells as well, which means it's probably not a great spot for us, but it's what we got. We're gonna do what we can and take out their biggest thing. And I think we say no attacks, and if they come up with a land, we actually have to take 6 from the Baloth and hope that we find another 3-power creature so that we can get it again next turn. Let's see if they got the land. They don't have the land. Okay. They don't have the land, but this is obviously rough. All right. Looking grim for the home team on this one, although into the Royal means we're not dead, but we do need to kick and draw. And we are going to kick the Baloth, not the Hellion. We don't want him to get another shock out of the Hellion. And hopefully we find something. No, it comes crashing to an end here, but hey, I'm pretty happy with how this deck performed. We got profit. We came back from a 1-2 deficit and put up a good fight. Yeah, we'll take the 5-2 from the, or 5-3 from the medium deck, no problem. Collect our prize, our gems, make a note of that. What do we call that deck? I forgot its name. Somebody had a good one, right? Oh no, it was just do it. Just do it. It wasn't a good one. It was my bad one. But we just did it. We just profited. So let's celebrate that with another profit meme. And let's see, is it this account? No, we're on a... We'll check packs. Maybe we have 10. I don't think so, though. Oh, 14, we do. Pop them. Pop the packs, Ryan. Bragging rights is about all you get. Bragging rights. Enjoy them. Hop to Soapbox. Thanks for hanging out with us, YouTube friends. That was a good one. Remember to give me a like here and let others help find my content. And we'll catch you at the next draft. And of course, check out my sponsor, Card Kingdom, as well. They're going to hook you up with everything you need for your Magic game. Check them out via my affiliate link in the panels, in the YouTube notes. And we'll catch you at the next time, YouTube buddies. Bye.